Well, it's winter. It's about 5 degrees. So for today's 5-Day 5 Minutes to Better Filmmaking and Photography, I want to talk about how you can keep your batteries warm so they last longer, especially if you're using stuff like drones, when you're working in temperatures like this. Hey, if you don't know me, my name's Jake, and I create content here to help solo creators on the go. People like me creating small commercial projects, out on the go, doing stuff for here on YouTube. So I test and review equipment here in Alaska, and I do tips and tutorials on how to use that equipment. In today's Friday 5 Minutes to Better Filmmaking and Photography, we're talking about batteries and how the cold really doesn't help your batteries perform as well as they should or as well as they need to. But there are a few simple tricks that you can use to get the most battery life out of your batteries when you're operating in cold environments like this, because let's face it, places like this are incredibly beautiful. But if you can't capture it with your camera or your drone or whatever you're filming with, then it really doesn't matter. One of my favorite things about filming in the winter is the incredible beauty you have of these snow-covered mountains. You get this really crisp, clear air, especially when it's like it is today, which is about 5 degrees. But that brings in a big problem. Almost no batteries in the world like to operate for very long or very well at temperatures as close to zero or well below zero if you're in the centigrade world, as they do when it's warmer. So the problem is, when you're out hiking about and going to places where you're going to film something and you're way away from civilization, or you're not sitting in your car, the problem is you got to keep your batteries warm in order for them to work the best. Especially LiPo batteries, like the batteries used for drones, they need to be at a certain temperature in order for them to produce the right amount or the most amount of voltage so that you get the most amount of life out of your batteries. Well, the problem is, on a day like this, when it's 5 degrees but incredibly beautiful, they don't like to produce a lot of voltage because it's so cold. So if you're going to go to a place like this and film stuff with your drones, there's a couple of different things you can do. One, you can keep your drone with the battery in it inside your backpack with a few of those little hot pad warmer things that you buy that you can stick in gloves or boots or anything like that, and that will help tremendously to keep the inside of your bag warm. There are also some other options out there that I'm checking into for keeping everything warm inside your bag, using a little electric heater and stuff like that that powers off USB. I haven't found one that I really trust to work completely perfectly yet, but as soon as I do, I will let you all know. So the simplest solution to keeping your batteries warm if you're not going to be next to your car or flying in your car is actually keep your batteries on an inside pocket of your jacket. That will keep them warm because it's next to your body temperature. It keeps them nice and warm, so that when you're ready to fly, and by ready to fly, I mean like minutes from getting ready to fly, you can pull the battery out of your jacket, pop it in your drone, power your drone on or power your camera on, and start filming or start going. If you're using a regular camera, it's not too big a deal. You can just turn it on and start going. But if you're using a drone, there's one more step you need to do to make sure you get the most out of it. Is when you take off, let the drone take off and hover for a minute or two so that the battery temperature starts to come up, because the voltage is being pulled off the battery, which caused the temperature to go up. That will really help you get the most amount of battery life you can out of a drone in a place like this in the dead of winter when it's really, really cold out. Now, I put together a playlist right here of other short videos like this one that have tips and tricks to help you get better videos. Now, I put together a playlist right here of other short videos like this one that help you improve your videography or your photography and get the most out of your equipment. So click or tap there. I'll see you in one of those videos. It's extremely cold out here. I've got to go back to the car because I just can't take this anymore.